Iron is everywhere. In your blood, in the earth, in every building, every vehicle, every tool you have touched today. It is also one of the strangest discoveries in human history. Because iron does not present itself the way copper or gold does. You cannot find a piece of iron lying on the ground and immediately know what it is. The iron that exists naturally on the Earth's surface is almost always rust. Useless, crumbling, wrong. To get useful iron, you have to destroy it first. You have to heat it to temperatures that no campfire can reach, remove impurities that you cannot see, and work it in ways that take years to master. So, how did anyone figure that out? The answer involves meteorites, accidental smelting, and one of the most consequential fires ever lit. The first iron humans ever used did not come from the ground. It came from space. Meteoritic iron, iron that arrives on Earth inside meteorites, is chemically different from terrestrial iron. It contains high levels of nickel, which makes it workable without the intense heat required to smelt iron ore. You can hammer it cold, you can shape it directly. Ancient people across multiple cultures found meteoritic iron and recognized it immediately as something unusual. The Egyptians called it by a name that translates roughly as metal from heaven. The Inuit of Greenland used a single large meteorite as an iron source for generations, hammering pieces from it to make knives and harpoon tips. King Tutankhamun was buried with an iron dagger whose blade has been confirmed by analysis to be meteoritic. This was approximately 1350 BCE. 3 centuries before the Iron Age began in Egypt. The dagger was not everyday iron. It was a treasure, something from beyond the world. Meteoritic iron gave ancient humans their first encounter with the material, without requiring them to understand how to produce it. It arrived already processed. It only needed to be shaped. Useful iron. The kind you can produce in quantity, the kind that changed the world, required smelting. And smelting iron almost certainly happened by accident. The most plausible theory is that iron ore, which is common in many soils and rocks, ended up in a fire that burned hotter than usual. Copper smelting furnaces could reach temperatures high enough to begin reducing iron ore. A copper smelter who added the wrong rock to their furnace, or who found a strange heavy lump at the bottom of their fire, may have been the first person to produce smelted iron without knowing what they had made. This kind of accidental discovery fits the archaeological pattern. Iron smelting appears in multiple locations at different times, which is exactly what you would expect from a process that keeps being discovered by accident and then abandoned, until someone understood it well enough to repeat it deliberately. The first culture to develop iron smelting as a systematic, reproducible technology was almost certainly the Hittites, a civilization based in what is now Turkey, who appear to have been working iron deliberately by around 1500 BCE. They knew what they had. Iron tools and weapons, when properly made, are significantly harder than bronze. The Hittites guarded the knowledge carefully. Letters survive from this period showing other rulers requesting iron from the Hittite king and being refused or given only token amounts. When the Hittite Empire collapsed around 1200 BCE, part of the broader Bronze Age collapse that destroyed or disrupted almost every major Mediterranean civilization. The craftspeople who understood iron smelting dispersed across the region. Within a few centuries, iron technology had spread across the ancient world. The Iron Age did not begin with a single invention. It began with the fall of an empire and the spreading of a secret. So, how did ancient humans discover iron? First from the sky, meteoritic iron that arrived already formed, recognized as extraordinary, used for thousands of years before anyone understood where it came from. Then by accident, or in the wrong fire, a strange lump in the ashes, the beginning of an understanding that took centuries to become reliable. Then by necessity. The collapse of the Bronze Age, pushing displaced craftspeople to work with whatever materials were available, and iron being available everywhere. Every iron object you have touched today is the end point of that chain. A meteorite, an accidental fire, a fallen empire, and every metalworker since who built on what the last one learned. Like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. I'll see you in the next one.